Hello beautiful people. Are you a student teacher, a practice teacher, or a pre-service teacher? Then this video is for you. Because I'm going to discuss what should be done when one goes for teaching practice, or otherwise called internship. The first condition is make sure to network with your guide teacher. Your guide teacher will be playing a major role in your training period because this teacher is going to watch you and guide you step by step throughout the defined period. Number 2, get to know about the school you undertake teaching practice. For instance, you may have to visit the library to understand how the library functions, the working hours, the type of books they have, the number of books they have, and who are their donors. Apart from this, you may want to visit the labs to understand how it all functions and what are the other modern technology in place. You would like to also go and understand when a certain statue or building or maybe a board was installed in the campus and the history behind it. The intention of asking you to move around the campus is for you to have an idea as in what is available in that particular school and what you can learn through your observation from that school. Number 3, always have teaching aids with you because the moment you walk into class, children definitely look forward to you as a magician or maybe a person who brings excitement to their learning. So I recommend that you should have minimum 2 teaching aids per class. Well, if you have time and if you would like to go ahead, you can use many teaching aids as you can. Because children love to see charts, they love to see puppets, they love to see something new, something different. Please feel free to also use the globe, the geometry boxes available in the school, and of course the maps, the hanging charts, etc. Number 4, the art of blackboard work. When you use the board, make sure the board is cleansed completely and you don't have the stains anywhere. Make sure it is clean. Then you break the chalk. Do not start writing with a fresh piece of chalk like the full size. Break it because when you break it, the particles of the chalk blend very well and it creates some smoothness on the board. So break the chalk and start writing. Just write 1 line or maybe 2 lines and walk right to the end of the class and take a look at your board work. Try to see if your handwriting is clear, visible, and readable. If it isn't, please feel free to erase and write again slowly and steadily. In case you feel your handwriting is okay, then you can go ahead and write a couple of lines more. And when you do board work, do not stand by the board filling up the entire board. Never do that. Because when you do that, children will tend to lose focus and they may try to write in a hurry, they may skip lines, sometimes they are liable to make a lot of spelling mistakes, and as a result your correction will be elaborated. So write on the board and give your children time to write. Then again you write on the board and give your children time to write. It's always good for you to walk around and monitor the children. Now and then you can even ask those of you who haven't completed the first 4 lines, raise your hands. So when they do, go next to that child, stand there for a while and observe. Make sure that the child completes. So this kind of practice may be difficult in the beginning, but gradually the children will also fall in place because they know that you will have certain policies that they have to follow when it comes to writing. Another technique is, in case you are not able to write straight on the board, you can mark invisible or maybe very light lines and you can try to write on those lines. So by this method, you will have handwriting that is straight, and in the process, you may get better. If this isn't working and you think that you are killing time in class by trying to give a nice board work, I recommend you to get a rolling board which is sold in the market. Wet a piece of chalk, break it, and do your notes on the rolling board. You allow it to dry for about 5 or 10 minutes, and once it does, you can roll it and take it to class. And when there is a need for you to display the notes or the diagram, you can just open the rolling board so that students can take a look and do whatever is required. So this is also a nice technique where you can save a lot of time. So when children start taking notes from the rolling board, you can walk around and monitor their handwriting, their speed, the posture, the way they are holding their pens or pencils. You can do so much during that time. Number 5, notes of lesson, otherwise called the lesson plan. This is a very important factor because it shows the thought process. Also, when preparing your lesson plan, make sure that you use miniatures. For example, if you are going to use a quiz card in class, make a miniature of it and paste it in your lesson plan. If you are going to use a chart, make a miniature of it and paste it in the lesson plan. And if you're going to use real objects, maybe an apple or an umbrella, make sure that you mention it. If need be, you can even draw that in your lesson plan. So why is this so important? It is important because your lesson plan serves as a proof of your work, a black and white proof of your work. And one more thing is, whenever anybody in authority goes through your lesson plan, even in your absence, they would understand the type of teaching you have given to your students or you intend to give to your students. So be very careful. Make sure you write clearly, neatly, without any spelling mistakes or grammar errors. As neat as you can. Every lesson should be done with total dedication. Number 6, additional responsibility. Never shun anything given to you. Always accept it, try to learn and perform to the maximum of your potential. Because in every opportunity, you will discover yourself. Teaching is not about getting those high marks. No. Teaching is all about developing skills. You as a student teacher may be given different opportunities, but never say no to it even if you haven't tried it before. Accept it, try to learn about it and do your best because every experience will give you a lesson to last for a lifetime. That learning will help you to become a better teacher as you progress in your career. For example, you may be asked to do a program for the children in language or maybe in math or undertake a science exhibition. Take it up. You may be asked to lead the assembly or to be the MC for a particular program. Please take it up. They may ask you to take up NCC, NSS, or even the Girl Guides. Take it up. It's okay if you haven't had that true learning or that true experience in all these lines. It's always understandable that everyone doesn't get to do everything at school or college. Life is all about learning. So therefore, be honest to your colleagues or to your co-guide teachers and tell them that you are naive and you would like to learn, you would like to explore, you would like to take this up under their guidance. And I'm sure they'll be happy to help you out. Number 7, build your network. Make sure that you are able to win as many hearts as you can in terms of professional development. Staying connected with teachers who are already in the profession will help you to progress through your B.Ed or your teacher training programs in a more constructive way. Because when you network with people, stay in touch with them, you would be able to expose yourself to raw experiences, to feedbacks, to testimonies, to various other things that the guide teachers or the core guide teachers can provide you. So make sure you have contact numbers and email IDs. You never know when you may be of help to them or they may be of help to you. It's good to stay connected and have a decent level of friendship with all the teachers, wherever applicable. Number 8, sometimes to your surprise, you may get somebody walking into your class to observe you. So never get cold-feeted. Just continue teaching. When you start teaching, it's you and your children, you and your students and nobody else. So just deliver and do justice in everything you do. And by the way, when you are on a teaching practice assignment, make sure that you oblige and be submissive to the rules and regulations and the orders or duties given to you during your practice time. Number 9, feedback. You may find that people will come and give you feedback which you do not accept or you may not like. But let me tell you, student teachers, accept all the feedback that they give you. Take time to reflect, and then you would be able to decide whether the correction is required or not. Feedback, or otherwise called criticism, always help us to grow better, to perform better. Number 10, substitution. I know you will be packed with a lot of workload during your internship, but when there is some substitution given to you, please accept the substitution and go to that particular class and see what best you can give those children, what service you could provide to make their learning experience better. It is an opportunity for you to meet a different set of learners, a different age group, and you'll be surprised at the end of the session or maybe at the end of your teaching practice about the rich experience those children gave you, despite you not being their regular or student teacher in practice. Number 11, you need to dress appropriately. Maintain the decorum of a teacher at all times, because you are a role model, not just to the class that you teach, but to the society at large. So always follow the dress code that is recommended by the particular school, and carry yourself in that particular attire in the most elegant way. There is a difference between elegant and being stylish. So choose to be elegant. Explore a lot of color combinations. Explore new hairstyles and see what works best for you, which suits you the best. So when you start dressing well, automatically your vibrations become positive. And the moment you enter the class, there's so much of delight. So dress well. And finally, number 12, clearance and other formalities. When you complete your teaching practice, make sure that you have got all the signatures from your guide teacher. I mean, in the various forms. Clear the desk, the cupboard, or the space that was allotted for you during your teaching practice. In case you have borrowed books, maps, globe, geometry boxes, or other materials from various other labs, you need to hand them over as well. I think I've touched upon everything a student teacher should follow during the teaching practice. However, if you have some doubts, please let me know. I'll be more than happy to address them for you. Best wishes on becoming a divine teacher, a teacher with a difference.